Lunox. Am I missing any other heroes?
Oke guys ya, game pertama grand final antara Aras GPH dan Smart Omega. Ini game pertama nih guys, yang menang juara MPL PH Season 9. Cuman Omega dari lower bracket ya, cuman dia 3-0-in semua tim coy. Ini tim gila banget, jago banget.
They're trying to checkmate Chakno. Is that a good idea? Is it good to try and checkmate?
Yeah,
Aras G banin hero-hero Chakno, Atlas, Grok.
Sorry, my brain just realized. Checkmate, thank you got me there.
Let's go.
Dari draftnya gue lebih suka Omega sih. Dia ada Balmond, Diro, sama Yeve. Aras G dapat Franco, Karina, Esme. Wah ini gue 70% megang draft Omega kayak gini nih. Tapi tergantung ya dia ambil max mana apa Aras G nih. 1-1 udah di ban sih.
With dashes at this point that can really be locked down by the Kufra. Marksmen are available. The Clint and the Brody can get picked up by Eman. Maybe he'll go Popol and Koopa, but the first two that I mentioned is probably one of the ones that he will lock in. And for their mid laner, I wonder if they're gonna match the long distance and just go Farsa. So they'll go Farsa and Eve, or they might even go Sicilian for late game scaling.
How about the Xavier though?
The Xavier.
How about
there you go,
Saver?
you called it.
I love it. Sometimes I'm right. Sometimes I'm right. My predictions are 100%.
Wah, Xavier juga enak game ini ya.
And of course the Brody.
Paling Yeve dong yang
has
susah.
been such a flavor here in the playoffs. And what are his chances? Again, what if he gets jumped on by Chakno? What's Eman to do?
I mean, that's the thing. That's why you pick up this Kufra. First of all, when RSG gets rolling,
Dia butuh hero masuk satu sih seenggaknya sih. Tapi harus MM. Claude udah di ban. Lunok. Tadi gue bilang butuh hero masuk satu. Gue mikir Claude doang. Udah gak ada lagi MM. Langsung dia pick Lunok, cok. Gue suka banget draft Omega nih.
When teams go for double mages, one in the gold lane, one in the mid lane,
Suka
that
banget.
usually means that they're gonna look to get a lead by the mid game, the power spike. Once that Lunox has the second item, usually the lightning truncheon. Because of the early to mid magic damage spike, by that point, your opposing team don't have the magic defense items yet. Hence, being very easy to shred, and they have the Bombman who can clean things up.
And when Keller picks that Lunox up, you always remember those maniacs, those savages that he always is able to pull out from that hero from the gold lane. It is a very scary hero to pick.
Yeah, it looks like Smart Omega is looking to play the rope-a-dope here because as Renmar mentioned, there is a lot of potential for a mid-game power spike.
Oke guys ya, game udah dimulai.
Middle ground. There is no Dreadnought armor for magic damage. I've been saying this season in and season out. That's what makes the gambit of playing a hard carry, physical damage hard
Gue lebih
carry.
suka draft.
So,
Gak tau ya, tapi draft Aras ini juga. Draft Omega ini rada risky juga sih. Dua mage terus Balmond Dirot itu hero early game banget. Gak ada late game ya. Lunok lumayan late game sih, cuman Balmond Dirot banding Karina Esme lebih scaling Karina Esme.
Go-to item here for Light on that Franco. Won't be surprised if he goes ahead and just picks that up as the first item because he will need to help survive that onslaught. But for Demon Kite rather on the Karina, he can build that second or third, but he has to build that sooner rather than later because he's going to be one of the key members of this lineup. Of course he's the jungler, of course he's there for objectives, but what RSG need from him is cleanup. The second chance capability that the Karina can deliver late into a team fight, just weave the ultimates, reset the cooldown of the ultimate by getting kills, and that's how RSG can win team fights.
And here we go into the land of Dawn for the first game of this best of 7.
Lunoknya diduain nih Lunoknya nih.
Step away into crowning a new champion. This is RSG Philippines versus Smart Omega. No vertical jungling, no invades happening just yet. Look at the Mamba. He's putting up a
kena lagi.
but wait, the bottom, Kelra gets hooked in, forcing the Filipino Savage to use his flicker. Oh wow, we're off to the races.
Right off the bat. And that's something you don't really expect. You don't expect Franco to be right there on the bottom. So normally you'd be like on autopilot mode and just go for the farm right away. I love that RSG capitalize on that knowledge or that common sense knowledge and use it to their advantage to get a flicker cooldown right off the bat.
Yeah, it may be a small thing, but could eventually have a big consequence. Another hook.
Buang Purify, buang Flicker, dibuang semua, cok.
Forced out. Purify on Etamax is gone. That's 2 for 2 for Light when it comes to very crucial pickoffs.
40 seconds until the turtle here, and we see that our junglers are already making the rounds. I'm assuming at least one more rotation between Demon Kite and Ryzen. And here's what's interesting, all right? Another thing we forgot to mention, yes, there is that side lane, mid lane mirroring, as well as these roamers, but
Wah, Chaknu offside.
they're two very different kinds of junglers. Look at this, Chaknu very low, stretching up, already, knocks up!
Offside
Right,
Chaknu ya.
but he bites the dust. Demon Kite drawing first
Ah.
blood, but they trade up.
Franco-nya mati juga tapi.
Tank,
They
they're
got another
forward,
turret.
Renzio's gonna
heads
get
are
caught.
rolling. Here comes that, picking the fight. Oh, the Dyrok
There
is
you
not
go.
just ready just yet. The show ain't stopping.
And isn't that the weakness that you get with the Dyrok? After that, the Wisdom Strike, you're just not ready to re-engage. And he is not even level 4 yet.
solo kill kah
There's
nih?
no way that he can
Kena solo kill kan nih?
And that's just capitalizing.
Kena solo kill Dirot sama Esme.
Renzio stays a little too long. Demon Kite secures the turtle. Starting light a little too late. Ryzen already bites it. Chaknu bouncing ball away. Damage
Aha,
control
yeah,
for
nuts.
Omega here. RSG literally miles ahead. 1,000 gold, 2 minutes in.
Man, they are playing this early game incredibly well. Demon Kite already with 2 kills. That turtle going to their side, even though it looked like Omega.
Apa
was
Renzio
out
dari tadi
there
kalau matchup
taking
mulu
it.
pakai
Great
Esme kalau sama
response
Dirot,
and
pakai
range.
Dirot kalau sama
Very
Esme si
unfair for
Renzio
these
nih.
two teams, but right now RSG with the lead.
Looking really good so far for RSG, and they're not even pulling off anything special yet. All they're doing is capitalizing on light, just making use of the cooldowns that are active on their battle spells, and it's already doing so much damage. It's crippling Omega's ability to take the team fights.
Yep, throughout this weekend, throughout the playoffs, actually, I observed, we all watched, we all saw how Chaknu just grew into the Franco. How about now? Maybe when the shoe's on the other foot, what if it's Omega's time to actually deal with the Iron Hook?
Yeah, they're gonna have to really watch out their positioning, their timing in team fights. They'll always have to look out for the high but it's
Mati lagi Renzio.
Goes down. Aqua
Dari tadi
right on the
Renzio.
orthodox hit from him, donning light from down south. Make that mid. Taking him down. Omega, again, we call them the kings of C and the comeback kings, but what are their chances of coming back with a 2,000 goal lead and a 3-kill deficit under 4 minutes?
I would say it's still pretty good considering the pick is always there. You got the Franco, you can always go for the squishies, go for 8 to max, go for Kelra, which again is not really also a
Ini
prime target.
Dirotnya sampai
So
kena-
there's very limited
kena
stuff that
cutting
Light
lane,
can
Cok.
actually do in the late game. That's why he's doing
Oh
extra
my
work
God.
right now.
Nats
Esme.
is relentless. Nats is going in, giving Renzio a hard time. He's giving him hell, basically. Oh,
Ini udah aneh,
here to
Cok.
avenge
Dirot
his
bisa
fallen
bisa
comrades
dipotong
in
oleh nama
Apex
Esme itu udah nggak ada
Sticker.
coy di Indonesia.
By the way, we are mere
Mungkin karena
inches away from,
Filipina item build-nya Warrex ya. Kalau Indo pasti banyak kan langsung
Next to the
Heptasis.
Turtle already started
Lu
off
Warrex bisa
by
kalah sama Esme.
RSG
Kalau
here.
Heptasis fix
Demon
menang.
Kite takes it, 100% Turtle taking it. Just, this could be bad. Ryzen spinning away, getting stunned, and another snipe from about point blank. It's Eman who secures it with that Brody.
So aside from Eman getting the kill, I think that this
Gue udah bilang draftnya rada enak. Balmon enak lawan Karina, Dirot enak lawan Esme. Cuman aneh aja gitu loh. Dirot bisa kalah sama Esme.
RSG
ya
wanna
kan
get
aneh
more
udah kayak gitu
from
kan.
this bottom lane. They only get a bit of the gold there. Now what RSG is doing right now is just sticking together, and Nats alone is forcing more rotations by Omega into the top side. You can definitely say that Nats is dominating this early to mid game XP lane matchup. He's 2 levels above Renjo on the Diroth. Nats already has his Enchanted Talisman, already almost about to get the Dominance Eyes. Renjo hasn't even built his first item yet.
Yeah, we're gonna get there soon, and right now I feel like Omega, and I think they're just going to warm up here a little bit, so let's give them time. There's always that thing that you do when there's an Omega game, and that's just not underestimating. Just slow it down
Yeah.
and just look at the big picture.
Yeah, you would be wrong to think that you always have Omega on checkmate, even if you are about 3,000 gold ahead under 6 minutes. This is possibly the last turtle of the game up in 30 seconds, and it's so difficult to be both Renzio and Kelra, but they're looking at trade down bottom. What a mirror! Again, it's so wrong to always just say that Omega has it all figured out, or you have Omega figured out.
Yeah.
Look at this, the Filipino Savage This is what I love about Ryzen. He's okay with babysitting. Look at this. He's the one who's checking and making sure that the Lunox hits that mid-game spike.
Yeah, basically they're buying time for that big Ruby DD play that Keller's setting up for.
Itu
and
udah beda 4.000,
farming
so.
up for. And they love that. Ryzen's gonna be the one to finish it off. But basically that's the plan, right? Kelra and Renzio are probably the ones to get.
Ini antara pengetahuan gua nggak sebagus Filipin atau Indo.
And the jump in by the Mamba. Kelra raining down. Heavenly fire on him. And Light bites at dust. He's already been darkened down. And Demon Knight still, despite the early assaults, taken down. Not punished.
Esme-nya udah begini.
Punched in. Eman trades for him. It's a double kill for Eman. And it's a 3v2. Chaknu bouncing ball away. Can the Filipino Savage survive? They push down mid lane. That is unstoppable. SMX is going nuts over this action. 4 go down on the side of Omega.
We hear that again.
Yeah. I don't know why it just went R like a pirate, but the Raiders going wild all over.
Ini ya guys ya, antara gua nggak tahu emang mungkin emang Filipin tuh meta di rota pakai War X biar tim fighter lebih kuat. Tapi kalau landing sama Esme emang kayak gitu metanya, atau mereka nggak tahu kalau misalkan di road pakai Seven Seas menang jauh lawan Esme. Atau enggak, mereka pakai War X pun kadang-kadang memang menang lawan Esme, tapi cuman si Renzio yang kadang di MPL kali ini sering kalah sama Esme pakai War X. Gue bingung sih. Cuman menurut gue ya dua kemungkinan, antara emang Filipin di atas kita nggak ngerti, gue nggak ngerti gameplay gimana, atau memang Indo memang udah jauh dari Filipin, memang Indo udah fix menang lawan Filipin. Dari matchup di road Esme aja kayak gue rada bingung soalnya. Antara gue yang salah atau mereka yang salah, pasti ada yang salah. Ini Esme menang banget, beda 2000 loh sama Dirot.
Yep, they're playing hide and seek right now because Omega cannot afford to go head to head against what RSG is going for. Again, the aforementioned Rose Gold Meteor just blunts a lot of what Omega's trying to do right now, so they are just pushing elsewhere. Gotta appreciate the mirrored
berempat terus.
3-man
Hook siapapun udah mati nih, Cok.
and then 2 down bottom. As for RSG, it's the same 4-in-1. It's the same 4-in-1. Nats is so self-sustaining.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, this Esmeralda is going to be the main problem for Omega because they will not have enough damage to deal with.
Padahal lawannya
If they'll
Dirot
wanna
sama
take down
Lunok
Nats,
loh.
they're going to have to commit almost everything onto that Esme, which leaves what? What will they have left for the other members of RSG? So RSG are not rushing this Lord. They're still respecting the capability of Omega to come back here. They do have a Kufra, Eve, and a Lunox altogether.
Duitnya udah beda 6.000. Ini paksa perahu udah menang ini. Apalagi Esme-nya udah begini.
Omega are getting closer to the Lord pit. RSG want this Lord.
Apaan langsung masuk non 5 gitu?
Look at Nats. He's the only one there. He answer back by the barangay captain. They take down Light first.
Udah nggak bisa dibunuh Esme-nya, Cok. Lu lihat.
Double kill, serving it up to Eman.
Duitnya udah terlalu beda jauh Esme-nya sama yang lain. Itu kalau duit sama masuk kayak gitu udah fix mati Esme-nya, Cok. Lawan Dirot sama Lunok.
They're gonna deal some permanent damage here. RSG pops the holy shield in the top lane inhibitor, and they get what they want.
Aqua's just becoming a god here on the Savior. If you look at the lineup here, just look at the Dawning Light here.
Yeah, it's beautiful. This was a great initiation by 2. Look at that, starting things off.
Line it up.
But Aqua said, hey, thanks for that. Lined up 4 mad ultimate. Dawning Light, make it 5. He hit all 5. Eman got the marks off. Eman got the ultimate off. RSG got the kills, got the Lord, and have a massive lead 10 minutes into this game.
And that is all they needed. And right now, Omega, though, they are roaring. They are angry. They want more. They want blood.
Perfect that they have their 6-man, the Lord.
Kena loh. Wah, ditarik tapi sama Franco-nya, Cok. Aduh, Esme-nya gimana dibunuh ini? Mati nggak Esme-nya? Wow. Omega nih, bos.
They got the Lord. They are now on the offensive. What a turnaround there from literally out of nowhere, just really good positioning, and Chuck Mamba missing that initiate, but still making the work.
Tetap aja tuh Kufranya pas banget, Brodinya flicker anjir. Bisa gitu ya? Dia apakah dia udah tahu Brody flicker kemana atau dia ini atau nggak tersengajaan?
Good thing Ryzen didn't have his ultimate near the end of that fight, because if he did, RSG would have been punished even more. Now, the gold lead is still around 5,000. Omega, you just saw their winning condition happen a few minutes ago, or just a minute ago. They need to surprise RSG. They need to take RSG by surprise with an initiation, with a combo, and get your wins. Don't force anything. Omega, the last one, they didn't force anything. They played that incredibly well.
They were flowing like water, basically, right?
Yeah.
It was so smooth. And Oro right now, though, again, they're gonna need more a lot more of that. Like so much more.
They can try it again, but I don't think Nats is the right target.
Yeah.
If they try it on Nats, they may just end up walking away with nothing. Nats is eating well right now.
Here in the playoffs, Nats eats 1v4s for breakfast, especially on that Esmeralda.
He eats 1v4s for breakfast at 9 p.m. That's how ridiculous.
That's how hardcore he is.
That's how ridiculous the young Nathaniel Estrologo is playing right now.
That's an esports body clock meal right there. You have breakfast at 9 p.m. It's the other way around.
It's like right after practice.
Yeah, we're night owls here. And speaking of eating really well in this matchup, Kelra actually, with his items, already having the Genius Wand, it's actually something RSG have to respect. Yes, this is still a big gold lead, but Omega have the tools to surprise RSG again and take them down. And look, he just picked up the Divine Glaive. That's going to be a lot of armor, magic penetration onto Nat, onto Light, onto Demon Kite. Omega have the right tools to turn this around.
Oh, they're turning this jungle into the barangay. Look at this. Light catches one.
Oke,
but
Franco
it's the wrong
mati.
one. Kelra blasts him. Eman in trouble. Ryzen jumps
Wah,
in.
Ryzennya udah gak ada damage tuh, lihat.
It's not gonna lead to anything. Aqua blasts the young jungler from Omega, and it's a 1-for-1 so far. A light for Ryzen. I'll take that to any day. As RSG, Aqua gets a double. Etumax, the captain falls, and that's a 3-man coalition that cannot afford a contest from RSG. They're going for the Luminous Ward.
Yo, Aqua's going and fighting for MVP here. He is doing everything so well. He's timing the skills so perfectly. When Omega's just looking like they're backing. No, not really. You're not backing. You're not going anywhere.
Man, I wish I was a good lyricist. It was our very own, it was OSX, right? That line in the battle rap. Shotgun ni Eman, or Eman shotgun, but what we are seeing right now is Aqua's magic beam. I'll come up with a better terminology.
Laser, yeah.
Magic laser beam. Let's go with that.
Yeah, that's
Speaking of Aqua, that's why the magic is there. Also has the Divine Glaive. Lightning Truncheon. The Lightning Truncheon is making it even more punishing, because every time Omega gets hit by the ultimate from the Savior, they're also close together. So the Lightning Truncheon is resonating that damage.
Yeah, he's gonna lock in that glowing wand soon as well. So watch out for damage from that Savior.
Yep, nobody will survive. They're taking no prisoners, especially with the way that they're pushing these waves. The pressure is real for Omega. I'm looking and I'm thinking, what about late game scaling? I think Omega is in trouble. They have to play off of the fact that Chaknu is capable of miracle plays. I think that's their one win condition.
Yeah, absolute masterclass out of nowhere, out of blue ultimates here from Chaknu is what exactly we are looking for. And itemization, though, obviously, RG is going to be ahead, but you know what, Omega's catching up a little bit.
Catching up, and Kelra, though, he's very happy. Again, you'll see here the idea of Omega always is make sure Kelra gets his farm. He is already fully built. Necklace of Durance, actually, as his last item pickup. You'll get a lot of cooldown reduction from that, but more importantly, you're reducing the healing that Demon Kite and Nas are getting. Nas, of course, and Esmeralda, naturally great with healing. Demon Kite with the Guardian's Helmet, getting a bit of healing of that will make sure that, Omega have the tools to reduce the healing that RSG has.
Yo, but we're getting to a point where the itemization, that gold lead, is starting to not really matter here. And that's where Omega starts that comeback power. They get that mojo at around this time here. And that's something that RSG always has to keep in mind. I mean, they look like they're ahead. When you look at the scoreboard, you tap on that.
Yeah.
You look like they're very far ahead.
EVOS.
If you look at the big picture, though.
It's closer than we think.
it has to be all in the hands of the Mamba. There's no other way that this can happen.
Yeah.
If Chaknu falls, the rest of Omega have to capitalize. But as it is, he still has to find that angle. The young Joshua Mangilog, there's so much on his shoulders. And here you can see, he's not even the first to go. If anything, it's Ryzen who's checking bushes for him.
That's true.
Yeah.
And again, he's always just, I guess, at this point, you'll think the Balmon's a little bit more tankier than the Kufra. And the Kufras, you just need that for the team fight. So losing Ryzen may be okay, but the Kufra, absolutely, you're right, not so much.
And I think also at the same time, they're willing to use Ryzen as, this is going to sound horrible, but
What?
as bait, as the scapegoat.
Oh,
exactly.
That's exactly
And
it.
that's not a bad thing,
Yeah.
because if RSG use too much of their abilities to try and take down the Bombers, even if they do, yes, Omega won't have the hero or the player that they have that can retching objectives away, but Omega will still be able to counter with the lineup that they have. Great positioning here by Demon Kite and Light, by the way, as Omega want to contest this Lord that RSG have already taken control of.
That's exactly how the young Dean Sumagi plays. All the dirty jobs, all the things that Omega
Yeah.
needs to be done, whether it be stealing a Lord and dying along the way, or again, checking bushes on behalf of Chaknu to set up those miracle initiations. That's exactly how Ryzen plays. He does what needs to be done for the Barangay. And here, they're kiting the Lord.
Mind
Let's pull it
games,
over.
man.
Let's pull it over to this side. Let's pull it over here.
right.
Make Demon Guy think about it, because look, they're never showing where Chaknu is. The Mamba is just everywhere at this point, every bush.
What a long dance we have here. Like, they're not showing up and they're not giving out. I love this. I love
Lord
this.
at a fifth, Lord at a fifth. Mind you, Omega knows where Light is, but they don't know where Chaknu is. So check the angle here. Snats jumping in.
immortality.
Ah, dapat Balmon. Dapat Karina loh.
Ryzen very low. He gets the hell out of there. Guys, very low as well. The answer back. Oh my God.
Aduh, Westman-nya udah begitu lagi.
The pull in. They trade up for Kelra. Aqua takes him down.
Rata.
Renfield goes down as well. And eto, Max. It's a 3-for-1 so far. It's looking like it's all falling apart.
Another one.
Popping the mortality on the Mamba. And he's going to go down just as quickly. Aqua is merciless. It's just Ryzen left. This is about over.
That's basically it. Look at the
Ring the
minion
bell.
waves. It's all they're waiting for.
Oh, they have the waves though. Ryzen being able to buy time here for Omega. Can he actually do the Slayer?
there's not enough.
Is he?
It's going to be a while until the next member of Omega comes in, and he's going to get punished underneath his own tier 3 in mid. And Aqua just keeps on going, son. This is going to be game 1 going over to RSG Philippines.
22-8. Very, very dominant fashion. We are seeing
Aneh,
a
anjir.
masterclass here.
Bisa direct
Of
na solo
mid to
class,
late game
man.
control from RSG.
Oh, listen to the Raiders if you hear them. 3 letters, RSG, and 3 letters for this first game, WIN. They get